If you've been hunting for that 15-minute dice game, guess what? I've got not just one, but two fantastic picks that, yes, take 15 minutes to play and play between 1 and 6 players. My first pick is Splitter. This is a 1 to 12 player game where play is simultaneous. So one player is going to roll the 2 6-sided dice and you're going to see 2 numbers and you simply have to put one number on one half of your little tiny player sheet and the other number in the mirror image position. That's it. That's the game. So every time you roll the dice, you are simply placing those numbers in those mirror image spaces with that vertical line, so you would fold it in half and that's going to be the same spot. Now, how do you score? That's the whole point of this game. So if you have a 1 isolated without orthogonally touching any other ones, you get 1 point for every isolated 1 group. 2s, you want 2 2s side by side. Again, orthogonally, not diagonally. And if you have any groupings of 2s at the end of the game, you're going to get 2 points per 2 groups, 3 points for isolated 3 groups, which is 3, 3, 3, and then 4 points if you have 4 in any kind of combination of a line, if you have them in an L, if you have whatever it looks like, you have 4 4s, no other 4s touching it on the sides, the flat sides, 4 points per grouping, 5 points for 5-point grouping, and 6 points per 6-point groups. Now, there are 2 special symbols and there are 2 pages that you can play on. So the first page is kind of like that opening beginner basic page and it has these stars. And the stars mean that if you put a number in the starred box and that grouping is complete by the end of the game, that means you're going to get double points for that. So if you put a 3 in there and you have a grouping of 3 without touching any other 3s, then that's going to score you 6 points, not 3 points for that specific grouping. That's it. That's the first page. And if you want to try the advanced page, which is just as fun and super cool, you're going to have the challenge of putting in these special marked boxes the same number. And that special marked box is the heart. So let's say you put, again, like a 2 in the heart. If you have a 2 in the one heart, 2 in the other heart, 2 in the other heart, whether you finish your 2s or not, you're going to get 5 bonus points just for putting the same number in all 3 hearts. And of course, the stars will still be double times 2 for completed groupings if the number in the star is completed. And that's it. It's just this really interesting game of, it's quick. It's just simultaneous, but it's planning where one number goes and where the other number will have to go based on the one you prioritize. It's so cool. It's so clever. It's so fun and fast. And I mean, gosh, you can play, again, all the way up to 12 if you want. I can't imagine you not being able to play this with as many people as you want. But this is great. It's such an easy, fun, fast game. The perfect 15-minute dice game. And my second pick is Roll to the Top Journeys. Now, Journeys also has an expansion that you definitely need to buy along with Journeys. It's called Adventures. And the reason you need the expansion is because it gives slight twists and new rules with new maps. And this is a dry erase game for 1 to 6 players where everyone will pick one of the boards and it's one of your journeys to a different country and city. And you want to go through the envelopes. And that's the thing that's really fun. This is a journey. So you open up envelope 1 and you're going to have 2 different options in there. You take it out and you're like, oh, do I want to go to the Eiffel Tower or the Great Pyramids of Giza? And you can look on either side and you'll pick one and you should just play the other side right away because the game takes 15 minutes to play. No joke. And this is simultaneous as well. So you're going to roll these different sided dice and you're going to add numbers to your board building from the bottom up. And you have to start as low as you can, which is hard to do because when you roll the dice, you don't have to pick the dice. You can even add the dice together to create a number to put inside each box. But you have to have a foundation underneath your number to put another number on top of it. And the number on top of it has to be equal to or higher than the number or numbers below it. So you're rolling to the top, you are adding numbers, and you are trying to fill in your board before everybody else. So it's a race, and it's a race in deciding how you're designing your numbers and what's building on top of what, and what numbers you're adding together to maybe create the exact number you need. But that's the rule, is you're never allowed to put a number on top of something that doesn't have a foundation, and the foundation has to be equal to or lower than the number above it. So you have 2 2s, you can put a 2 on top of 2 2s or anything higher. But if you have a 1 and a 2 underneath your new number you want to put, it has to be a 2. The threshold is always the higher of the values. You can't put a 1 on top of a 2. That breaks the rule because it's not equal to or higher. So the thing about the expansion, this is the adventures. These change the rules and ask you to do slightly different things. And the maps are so good. The quality is so good. The dice are clear. I love that they changed the 4-sided die from the previous iteration of Roll to the Top, which I have. I love the new copy though, and I love opening up the envelopes and discovering all these locations. It is the perfect 1 all the way to 6-player game to play in 15 minutes. Roll to the Top. It is just a slam dunk for game night. So have a fantastic time playing Splitter and Roll to the Top Journeys with the expansion adventures. They are perfect for that 15-minute dice game to just scratch that itch, because both of them are simultaneous play and loads of fun.